What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. We've been doing a lot of gaming content on the Deadhead 96 channel. I know at the end of the day, we do a lot of gaming over here, and because it's just something that drives us. We have a lot of passion for it. My co-host Jan as well. So we are gonna keep this train rolling, baby. And I figured, so the whole inspiration behind this video is I got a PS5 for the office here where I film all the videos and things like that. I got a PS5 in here to hopefully get to do some streaming on Twitch. I'm hoping to do streaming on Twitch. I'm sorry if I'm fumbling my words. I sound like a freaking dumbass. I'm sorry. I plan to do some streaming on Twitch, hopefully starting tomorrow around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I wanted to get into a little bit of that. I have a PC. I could easily stream from PC as well. But the games that I want to play, I'd rather play them on PS5. I might switch to PC a little bit. I also have a Series S in my office as well, so which is kind of irrelevant if you have a PC. But at the same time, I still love the Series S and for all it's worth. So I want to do a little bit of streaming. And so anyway, the reason why this video is even here and why you're seeing this right now is because I had this really neat idea of kind of going through my PS5 physical collection. I have a lot of digital releases as well in my PSN, but I wanted to show you the physical, and I have some really cool copies of games. Not many, but different steel books and stuff. I'm not gonna act like my whole collection is steelbooks, so you're gonna see a lot of generic ass cases. But I really just want to go through and just give you a little bit of an inclination of what I like to play and what we like to play here on the Deadhead 96 channel. So with that being said, if you wouldn't mind, if you like this content, you like videos like this, it won't be like a ton of editing here. It's going to be more of a raw footage. If you like this kind of stuff, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like on this video and subbing to the channel for more videos like this. I have a whole Xbox library as well, believe it or not. And so we can do videos on that. I have a Switch as well, but that'll be a short video because I think I got like maybe 4 or 5 games. I'll be honest with you, I sold a lot of my games because I just they were sitting there building dust. And honestly, like I kind of wish I didn't sell them because I love to collect things, but I figured just get rid of it, dude. I'm not playing it. It's just might as well someone else should enjoy it. Um, Besides Zelda and things like that, that's really the only really Zelda, Pokemon, things like that. It's still a guilty pleasure, so I'll keep those types of games. Pretty much anything else can go. So, anyway, so I might do that. Just let me know if you like these kinds of videos. With that being said, let's get into my PS5 physical collection. So we don't do a lot of videos like this here on the channel. Again, this is going to be more of if you guys like this content, we'll do more of it. We'll at least have 2 or 3 more videos about it because, like I said, I do have my PSN, I do have my Xbox, Switch, and PC. We could do a digital library. Look out at some point. But yeah. So anyway, today let's start with the PS5 collection. So we're just gonna go off the top here, and we're gonna start with the first game in the collection, and that would be Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Now, I actually got this game. I wasn't really looking forward to this game at all. Like, I thought the graphics looked good. Um, I seen the gameplay. The gameplay looked fun. Insomniac is not disappointed when it comes to gameplay. But I'm never really, I'll be honest with you. Since I've been like an adult, I know, an adult playing video games, you over here worried about looking like a child. I don't really play too many games where you play as like any kind of animal kind of creature. Like I used to love Crash Bandicoot, still do. But I just wasn't really excited for this one. But if you really want to see some power in your PS5, this is a good game to play, man. The visuals are stunning, even for a very cartoony, very Pixar looking game. And dude, it's like ripped out of a Pixar movie. Like I say Pixar because that's exactly what it reminds me of. It's up to that level between the gameplay, the cutscenes, everything in general, dude. It feels like you're playing a good, like a classic Disney animated film, and it's awesome. I will say it's awesome. It's got replayability. Haven't replayed it since I beat the game, but it's a must-have on PS5. So if you haven't played it, I check it out, and I don't think you'll regret it. I don't think, and I will say, if you're not really into those types of games, give that one a try. Next, we got Demon Souls. Now, this is the thing. I have a love-hate relationship with From Software. I have a love-hate relationship with Dark Souls, Elden Ring, things of that nature, Bloodborne. So I'm gonna tell you right now, this game right here, and I was saying on the podcast this past week, by the way, I'll probably link it at the top of this video, but definitely go check it out. I say in the video, dude, visually, this is one of the best looking games on PS5, hands down. There's really not many other games that look as good as this. Um, I think it's just the gameplay, man. I'm not good at Souls games, but I had to pick this up. When I got a PS5, I was like, dude, I gotta pick it up. So I picked this up. I played it for like a day. I died like 300 times, if not more than that. And I was like, all right, man. I'm not saying I'm done. Like I said, like I'm never gonna pick it up again. But yeah, I'm not. Look, still great. And I'll say that about any of the Souls games. As much as I'm not good at them and I don't really like them as much, they're still damn good games. So I am not going to shit on these games because I'm not good at them. And I think a lot of people do that. Like, if they're not good at a game, they shit on it. And that's just not who I am. I'm not going to do that. So you're not going to hear that from here. Next on the list is, and I think this is a PS. This is a PS5 copy. And, oh, man. I think the disc is a little loose. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. Maybe not. I thought maybe it was loose. Next on the list is Judgment. Listen, so this is actually still sealed. I have not opened this. I played the demo to Judgment on PS4, and I fell in love with it. I thought that the story was really riveting. It's a really good mystery thriller from the makers of Yakuza. I don't know if you guys ever played those games as much. I'm sure a lot of you have. I'm not as like super versed when it comes to Yakuza, the characters, the world, and all that stuff. But I played the demo, and I was like, dude, I'm sold. I'm sold. I love the world. I thought everything looked good. I thought the combat was addictive. Story was interesting. And I picked this one up because I know eventually I will get to it. And I also have the sequel in this stack as well. Actually, I think it's the next one coming up. And you're going to see that it's in a PS4 case. I ordered online. I ordered a PS version of the game. They sent me a PS4 case. But it does have the free upgrade to PS5. So that's why I stuck with it. So we'll get to that in a second. But yeah, this game, good mystery, good combat, very, very interesting world. So if you're into Yakuza or any kind of way, or if you haven't played Yakuza, I think this is definitely a damn good game to get into, to get you into that world. So that's really all I got to say about that, because I haven't really played it to its full extent, but I will vouch for it anyway. So I think that's without saying. I'll probably say the same thing about Lost Judgment. Again, this PS4 copy, but as you can see, it says upgraded for PS5. I'll probably zoom in on that in post. But yeah, I don't really have much else to say about it. I don't really know shit about the story or anything. I don't know how this links back to the first one. But again, I expect nothing less. I'm sure it's a good title. I'm sure from what I played in the demo, if it's more of the same, I'm sure I'll be all for it. Eventually, I will get to it. But adult life. Next one. I've been playing a lot of this series, a lot, and you probably just saw it if I flipped the case too fast. But that would be Resident Evil Village. I actually own a copy of this game on both Xbox and PlayStation. I really enjoyed this game, and I really enjoyed it. And this is at a time that when I beat this game, I had not beaten Resident Evil 4. I like the original. I never played that one, and I heard this game takes a lot of inspiration from Resident Evil 4. I couldn't really make those comparisons, but now that I've beaten Resident Evil 4, the original, like twice, and I've beaten the remake almost 3 times, I really see it. This game took so much inspiration from Resident Evil 4, and it's awesome. I like it. I like it a lot. I will say I tried to go back to it after beating Resident Evil 4 remake because I was like in this Resident Evil like mood. And I will say, this definitely is a little dip in quality. I don't know what to put my finger on. It's still a great game, and I didn't really play much of it, so take what I say with a grain of salt here. But it just felt a little different, and I don't know what that was for. I don't know if it's just because I'm still stuck in this Resident Evil 4 mind state right now. I know I'm kind of taking a break from the series because I've played so much Resident Evil leading up to the remake, but this is a damn good game. It has really good eerie sections. Lady Dimitrescu, obviously, mommy, right? It's just it's a good game. It's a good action game with horror elements, and I think Resident Evil does a really good job of mixing both. I do hope that they go a little bit more to horror in their next game, but all in all, dude, combat's fun and just a good game. So again, you haven't played that. I think that's a good. I don't think it's required you got to play the other Resident Evil games, although there are some particular characters that do show up in the Resident Evil mythos from previous games, so you probably want to check it out. Next on the list is Resident Evil 7 Remake. Now, I actually have a copy of it. If you look right there, right way over there. Yeah, there it is. I have another copy of the game. Quick story. My cousin, my late cousin, he passed away in 2020, I believe. I think he passed away in 2020. It's dude, time is just like nuts. We were really really close, and we loved Final Fantasy. We loved Resident Evil. He was really looking forward to this remake. Really looking forward to it. So obviously, he got me into this series. I started playing it. I fall in love with it. I love Resident Evil 7. I love Cloud, Sephiroth, Yuffie, Tifa, Aerith, Barrett. I love these characters. These are such well written characters for Final Fantasy, and that's why it's regarded as one of the greatest games of all time. And the remake is no slouch, man. I love the remake. Man, it's such a fun experience, and I probably will beat it again before Part 2 comes out. So I have 2 copies of it. I try to buy 2 copies of games anyway, but what I'm doing is right now is I'm actually every time there's a new part of Final Fantasy 7. So when Part 2 comes out, I'll buy 2 copies, one for me and one for my late cousin. I know he's not here to play them, but I want to kind of keep that same. I want to keep doing that. You know what I mean? And it's just one of those things I feel like I have to do. It's gonna cost me more money, but at the same time, my cousin would have loved to play this game, and so yeah, this game is awesome. Great RPG, great RPG to get into. I love the battle system, the you know the fast-paced action that they really are pushing, especially in like Final Fantasy 16, right? If you've seen gameplay to that, it's very nuts. So it has a little bit of that, but then it has the time where you can slow down time. It has that very turn-based action part of it too that I really like, and I think it's the best. Honestly, to be honest with you, best combat system in the entire franchise. And honestly, if every game did it like Final Fantasy 7, just refined it, tweaked it, made it smooth, I'm all for it. So fantastic game. Story's good. A little wild at the end, but yeah, dude, great game. Play it. Definitely play it, and I definitely recommend it. Moving on. So this game right here, I was actually really excited about it. I saw some gameplay, and I was like, okay, I'm ready for it. And that would be Deathloop. So I'm not gonna say too much here. I played it for a while. I put some good time into it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really like it. I love the concept. The concept of when you die, the day starts over. Or if you don't kill all your targets within 24 hours in game, the game starts over and you got to go through and kill all your targets again. I like all that stuff. The time loop, being trapped in it, I think that's all great. Your main character, he's good. He's funny. I like the voice actor. I don't know what his name is, but the main character is very likable and funny and very comical. And I love the vibe. I love the vibe of this game, but I think it's between the gameplay and I believe it's the whole looping system. While it was cool at first, I kind of got a little burnout from it. Again, I'm not shitting on the game. If you like it, that's fantastic. Tell me about it in the comments. I just didn't love it, but I did buy it. I got a copy of it, and I'll keep it. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things. Like I don't, especially now, right? I'm not, even if I don't like a game, I'm not going to like return it. You know what I mean? I want my collection to grow. In order for your collection to grow, you've got to your games. You can't just sell your games every time you want something new. Like, how do you ever get to keep shit? You know what I mean? And when we were kids, I know we did that a lot because we didn't have jobs. But now that I have a job, I don't really want to return my games unless I have to. All right, next game on the list, Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay, listen, dude, I know Avengers got a bad rep. Please go out and buy this game. I bought it twice. I bought it on PS5. Well, actually, my wife bought this one for me. I got it on PS5, and then I have a local game store where I'm located. They had a special edition version for the Xbox Series X, and so I bought that one for like $30. That's like $100 special edition. I got it for $30. So I got 2 copies of the game, dude. I love this game. This game is really good. Gives you a little bit more backstory on Star-Lord. The gameplay. See, that's a toughie, man, because in some ways it's a lot of fun. But in other ways, it's very repetitive. At least that's how I felt. It does have some DualSense support. I thought that was cool with the adaptive triggers. The best way to play it is on PS5. But I love the way the Guardians are portrayed in this. I think they're very believable. They take a little inspiration from the movies, but I think also, too, they give their own little spin on it. I love Drax in this game. Drax plays a huge pivotal part in this story, and it's a part of his story that I would hope that you guys would want to see about Drax. And I think in the MCU they kind of made him very, very comical, not very menacing. Right, this guy took on Thanos in the comics. You know what I mean? The one in the MCU, that dude couldn't whoop anybody's ass. You know what I mean? I just don't see it. Just how they wrote him. But this, they do a good job with this story here. So I highly, highly recommend this one. So go pick it up. Whatever edition they have on sale. I think they had the special edition for like $20 a few weeks ago. I don't know about that anymore. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, definitely go check it out if you have the funds. Moving on to Kenna, Bridge of Spirits. Listen, I know this game was, again, I kind of have to go back to Ratchet and Clank, right? This game is cartoony as fuck. It is. Again, Pixar as hell. But dude, the combat is fun as shit in this game. It's kind of Souls-like. It kind of has that very, like, a lot of parrying. But it's awesome though. You got your bow. You can feel the tension in the PS5 DualSense triggers. You got your staff where you can do all kinds of moves with it. Very powerful moves too. And it's very fun. Very short though. I think I beat this game in like 8 hours, and that's with exploring. 8 to 10 hours. I think I explored, and I still beat in like 8 to 10 hours. And I played it on normal. I didn't play it on any harder difficulty. So maybe if you play it on harder difficulty, it might take a little bit longer to beat. But all in all, dude, this is a good game. It's so enjoyable. The world, the music is so damn majestic in this game. And the atmosphere alone, like you got these cute little, I forgot what they're called. They're like, I think they call them like some kind of souls, I believe. I'm not sure. I haven't played it in a while, but dude, it's definitely worth it. Ember Labs did a good job with this game, and honestly, they do a sequel, I'll buy it for sure. It's got a lot of love in this game, even though it's so short. But bigger budget, they can make a easily 20-hour campaign, and I'll buy it, dude. It's good. It's really, really good, and it's one of my favorite games on PS5 so far. You can get it on PS4 as well, but which a lot of these games you can get on PS4. You can get on PS4, but I ain't gonna get into that. I hope we're past that point, dude. I've said it on the podcast. I've said it in many videos. We got to leave these old ass consoles behind. We cannot keep doing this. We can't. I'm sorry. I know for you guys that still got a PS4. Like I'm there for you, man. I've been there. I've been there where you can't afford the newest console. Sorry about that. I was getting a phone call. But yeah, like it's good. Check it out. I think that with a bigger budget, Kenna Bridge of Spirits 2 or Part 2, if they even do a sequel, because not every game needs one, just like the one I'm about to show you. But I'm fine with it if they do it. Next on the list, man, a sequel was announced this past year. Alan Wake. This is the remastered version that they released on. Did this come out for PS4? I don't know actually. I might have to look that up. I might put it in the video here. If not, this is the PS5 version. I actually have not played this yet. I opened it, I downloaded it, but I think something else came out, and I just didn't really get back into it. But I did play it on 360, at least half of it, and it's amazing. It's really, really good. I love the system with the flashlight. That's how you make your enemies vulnerable, and then you finish them off with the gun and the shotguns. And it's a very good survival horror game. Really, really enjoyed it for what the time I played with. I think when I was playing on 360. I think it's just something else came out, took my attention, and I just never really got back into it. But I got on PS5. I plan to get into it. Maybe it's something I'll stream on the channel at some point. But yeah, it's a good game. You like survival horror, check it out, and I don't think you'll regret it. So yeah. Next on the list, and this again, I'm kind of go back to my conversation I was talking about when I was mentioning Demon Souls, and that is Elden Ring. So I bought Elden Ring like pretty much after release. I want to say like it was like a day or so after release because I seen the hype about it. Everybody was super excited about it. Everyone was playing it. I was like, all right, dude, I gotta pick it up. Listen, I had some fun. I had some fun with this game. I put 20 hours into it. Believe it or not. I know. If you're watching this, you probably do. Well, I'll put 100. I'll put 200. Okay, fine. Good job. I'm telling you my experience. For someone who's not into Souls games, I put 20 hours. I'm pretty sure. I'm sure I can find it and let you guys know to prove it. I put 20 hours into it. I was enjoying it. I was having a good time. Beat Margit. Got pretty far into the castle area, but then I just kind of dropped it. I was getting my ass kicked, and I was just like, you know what? I think I'm done. I do hope to go back to it. I really hope this isn't it. I did enjoy the game. I love the open world. I loved your mount. I thought that was great. Like the way the mount system in this game worked was awesome. I thought the combat was somewhat satisfying. Maybe not satisfying as like other games like God of War, things like that, but I thought it was satisfying. I did like the world. It didn't feel like too empty. There's always something going on. And with it having this whole system of you do whatever the hell you want. We're not going to give you like a cursor to follow. You just do whatever you want. I do appreciate that. But I do like to know where I know, and call me a noob, I do like knowing where to go, which brings me into the next game coming up on the list, because I can give a little bit more of a conversation about here is Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, the worst fucking game ever made. Dude, so quick story. I posted a video on Saturday, and it was a video I did in like 2018 or 20, whenever the game came out for PS4, like the last gen. And I made a video about it, and I pretty much said like, the game is it's trash, and the combat system is broken, and all this stuff. Pretty much essentially bashing the game because I just sucked at it, right? And I made a video, and it was mostly just a rant video. Like, I was really just trying to get a kick out of everybody. I wouldn't say I was taking everything I was saying with a grain of salt. But I was like, just like kind of bashing the game and talking about, damn you, Respawn, give me Titanfall 3, who wants this garbage, and all that other shit. I said I was going to throw my console out the window and break the disc in a million pieces and throw it outside and run it over my lawnmower. All kinds of other shit, And I found the video. I downloaded it. I did some small editing. And I reposted it back to YouTube, and I put in the thumbnail, I said, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is, and I put like a arrow. You'll see it on the channel. I'll probably put it up at the top of this video here. And it says, is trash. And I posted it on TikTok, and I put like Star Wars music to it, and I had like the first like segment of it, and people were commenting, and then I say people, it was like 2 or 3 people, and they were like bashing me, saying like I'm misleading, I'm desperate for views, and all this other shit. It's like, bro, listen, what else do you make a thumbnail for? Can you tell me that, for you guys watching this shit? When you're making, any creators out there, or if you've been watching YouTube for a long time, right? What's one of the first things you look at when you go to click on a video? You look at the goddamn thumbnail. I was making a thumbnail for a video. Yes, it was misleading. I say it at the intro of my video. I have text that says, these were my thoughts in 2019 when the game first released. I do not feel this way anymore. I love this game, and I'm looking forward to Jedi Survivor. I literally say that in the video, and people were telling me like to delete my account. You're a dumb podcaster and all that shit. It's like, bro, like, I guess I officially made it in YouTube, because it's like, dude, if you fucking watch the video, you would know what it is. Listen, was it a little baity? Yeah, it was, but I wanted people to watch it. It's one of those old archival videos, you know what I mean? But anyway, that's besides the point. I'll link it at the top of this video here. I probably already have. So when you get a chance, go check it out. Anyway, with that being said, Jedi Fallen Order, I'm actually on my second playthrough now. I played it on Xbox Series X, and I beat it, and I loved it on there. So I got it for PS5. I wanted to try the DualSense and playing it, and yeah, it adds a little bit to it, a little bit more effects with the DualSense controller. Game looks phenomenal. Little buggy in some spots. I feel I've fallen through the world a couple times, but all in all, great game. And I'm enjoying the shit out of it. I've beaten it. I'm kind of doing more of I'm exploring a little bit, but I'm more of just trying to get through the main story, so I'll be ready for Jedi Survivor. But all in all, I'm taking my time with it. I'm having a good time. Listen, this is very Souls-like, and don't get me wrong, I get my ass kicked a lot. But this is a damn good game, a damn good experience, and I can't wait for Jedi Survivor, man. I cannot wait. Day one buy. You haven't played it, play it. You'll love it. I'm telling you. So now we're going to get into this game here. And, again, I feel like I say this with a lot of them. This game right here, I have a love-hate relationship for it. I say this a lot, and I really do. And that is Horizon Forbidden West. Listen, this game is one of the most beautiful games on the PS5 console. I said about Ratchet and Clank, and yes, for the graphics that it's going for, it's absolutely breathtaking. But this, dude, this triumphs over most games. I would say this is probably peak. graphics. Honestly, I don't think the graphics need to be any better than this. I think you know the actual mechanized dinosaurs look fantastic. The shrubbery, you got the trees, dude. There's beach areas in this game, and when you see the water and the sand, it's like, dude, you can feel Aloy when she's walking through the sand. You can feel it in the DualSense controller. The music is so freaking awesome. Like I said, the enemy designs are phenomenal. The combat is so addictive. What I don't like about this game, I almost said hate, but that's not true. What I don't like about this game is the story. I think the story just isn't for me. This whole sci-fi feeling to it. I think Aloy's kind of boring. I'm not gonna sit here and shit on her. I'm not gonna say she's like a terrible protagonist. I definitely see the appeal. But yeah, you know, I just don't. I just can't get into this series. I've never beaten Horizon Zero Dawn. I got pretty far. Again, something came out that interested me more. I played it and I never went back to it. I've tried to start the game over twice, and every time I just can't get into it. So I boot this up. I put 30 hours into this game, and again, fantastic visually, gameplay wise, but the story, I just can't get into it, dude. And I looked up the story for the previous game on YouTube. I watched a little video of it. Now I know it's not the same thing. I know there's a lot more dialogue. But I really tried, guys, and I can't do it. I can't do it. But I plan to get back into it. Dude, Burning Shores, the DLC comes out in a few days. Day one buy. I'll buy it, and I'll play it. I will play it, because I got to see those visuals. But I did find out you got to beat the game to play Burning Shores, and it's like, fuck. So I'm going to have to power through. If I want to see that Burning Shores DLC, man, I'm going to have to freaking power through. We're at 27 minutes here, so if you're still watching, thank you. I really appreciate it. If you're on your lunch break, you're at home, and listen to me talk for a little while about games, thank you. I really appreciate it. Again, if you haven't left a like on the video, I really appreciate it. Anyway, let's move it on into Dying Light 2. Now, this is actually the deluxe edition, and comes with a steelbook. There's the front of the steelbook. It's really cool on the back there. And then, let me see if there's anything interesting on the front. I mean, when you open it, not really. It's a little scene in the back, but nothing crazy. So here's the thing. I was looking forward to this game a lot. I actually beat the first Dying Light like a year and a half ago, and I hadn't beat it up until that point. And I really, really enjoyed my playthrough. And so when I saw the gameplay for Dying Light 2, I was super excited. It's a game that I haven't finished, man. I got to like the middle part of the story. And I don't know, dude. The gameplay loop just got boring to me. I don't know. I don't know what it was. The world just felt kind of dead. The night missions didn't feel nearly as dangerous. It felt more like a racing game. Like and you'll know what I mean. Like if you've played it, like the night sections were more like trials. Like, oh man, get to this certain point in this amount of seconds. It's like a star system, like in GTA. Like the more crime you commit, the more stars you get. They had the same thing for like the night gameplay, and I don't know, it just took me out of it. It just wasn't as immersive, and I don't know, I don't know. I'm not like the biggest Dying Light fan. I'm more of a Dead Island fan. I know you probably think, well, they're pretty damn close. I don't know. Dead Island has always had just that flair to me, which I'm super excited for Dead Island 2. I will be doing an unboxing of the special edition when that arrives. But yeah, I don't know, dude. I just fell out of it. That's really all I got to say about it. But the gameplay is fun. I like the you know, visually looks good. And, you know, I like the gameplay loop, but I don't know, something about it was just, I don't know. A lot of people don't like this game, Saints Row. So I actually pre-ordered this game, and then you're probably thinking, like, why are you pre-ordering trash? Listen, I thought the gameplay looked fine. I thought the world looked good. I thought the characters look a little Fortnite-ish, but I was like, look, we're not getting a new GTA anytime soon, and I'm not playing that trash-ass GTA Online. It's not trash, obviously. But I'm not playing GTA Online, and I've beaten GTA 5 1,000 times. I wanted something close. And, yeah, this game is not great. But for what it does, I enjoyed it. I like the combat. I like the, you know, again, I like the kind of building an empire. By the way, there's like dust on these games, so my eyes are like literally like dry as shit right now. I haven't touched these in so long. But anyway, like, the combat was good. I liked building your empire, trying to make more money for your crew, starting up the Saints. All that stuff was good. Everything else was just kind of mediocre. But, you know, it has some good moments. I don't think it's complete trash. If it's for $20, pick it up. I don't... I don't think it's trash. I think people just love to hate on shit. Another controversial title, man, and I beat this remake 3 times now, and I'm actually working on my 4th playthrough of The Last of Us Part 1. There was a lot of controversy when this game first came out, saying this game doesn't need to be remade. The game is way too new to be remade. I ignored all that shit. I was fine with it. Yeah, I think the original game looks damn good on PS5. Runs at 60 FPS, crystal clear visuals. But I was fine with it. I was fine with getting a remake because it gives me a chance. And again, I say it about the Last of Us TV show. I've said it on the podcast. It gives me time to go back to something that I freaking love. So if a game can pull me in like that, I'll pick it up. Great game. Visually, looks awesome. I wish they could have put a little bit more detail into like different buildings you can get into. I wish there was a dodge mechanic. I don't know why there's not a dodge mechanic. I know Joel is 51, 52 years old, but he's not dead. I feel like he'd be able to move a little bit more. But dude, I mean, you know about The Last of Us. I'm not going to keep going into that. Last of Us is one of the greatest games of all time, and I don't say that lightly. So, because I have a lot of favorites. So I'm going to kind of move a little faster here because this video is at 31 minutes. And by the way, thank you if you're still watching. We'll get into Ghostwire Tokyo. I bought this game for a reasonable price on GameStop, actually, because I just wanted a copy of it and I just wasn't trying to pay like $60 for it. I played like the first 2 hours. And something about this game turned me off. I think it's like the visual fidelity. I thought the game looked like shit. And I don't think it runs like a full 60 when I played it. Now, they might have updated the game since I've played it. But I thought it ran like at like 30 FPS. And it was just so gosh dang ugly to look at. I stopped playing it. I like the concept with the kung fu and all that stuff. And the magic and stuff like that. I like the way Tokyo looked. It looked really, really cool. Very cyberpunk-esque, I guess you could say. But yeah, that's all I got to say about it. Listen, I hope I can get back into it at some point, but it's just one of those games that I don't know, I couldn't really get into, but I see the potential. Next we got up is, I just said that really bad. Next thing we have is God of War Ragnarok. I've been talking a lot. Throat's a little dry, sorry. God of War Ragnarok. Listen, great game. Fantastic. I don't think it's better than God of War 2018. I think God of War 2018 is the better game. But all in all, it's a damn good game. And visually, it's great. I wish it was PS5 only. I'm sorry. Again, to you PS4 owners, I'm sorry. But I think this game could have benefited from a PS5 only release. Just like Ratchet & Clank. Just like Demon Souls. Yeah, I just think that it could have done better from just a next gen only release, and I'm hoping from here forward we'll get all that. I'm so happy that the new Star Wars is current gen only. I'm so happy Spider-Man is current gen only. I'm so glad Final Fantasy 16 is current gen only because that is what we need going forward. I mean, I'm just being honest. All right, next game on the list. I actually beat this a couple months ago. We did a whole entire episode of the podcast on this. I'll probably put that top of the video as well, and that is Crisis Core Final Fantasy 7. Listen, a lot of people shit on this game. I had an okay time with it. I look, anytime I can get into the world of Final Fantasy, especially anything concerning Final Fantasy 7, I was all into it. I don't love the characters in this one. Zack, he's kind of a dork. But you get to see a little bit more time with Aerith. You get to see Sephiroth before he turns completely evil, and you kind of understand like why he flips. You see Cloud when he's a lot younger. The story was okay. The combat was fun when you had it, but I don't know. It's a decent experience. I'm glad I picked it up for the collection. If it's cheap, pick it up. Cheap meaning like $20 or $30. I think it's definitely $20-$30 release makes the most sense. If not cheaper. Next will be on the list. Next that would be that we're going to talk about here. I'm sorry, I've been talking too long. Hogwarts Legacy. So I beat this game a few months ago. I have not done everything in it. Matter of fact, I have a digital copy of this as well. So I might maybe when we do streams on Tuesday, I might do Hogwarts Legacy like open world shit. Just do like side quests, collectibles, things around Hogwarts, different mini bosses and things like that. On stream, because I think it'd be more fun to have you guys come on that would like to, just hear me talk about bullshit while playing a decent game. Listen, the open world formula, very burnout in my opinion. But this is Hogwarts Legacy. This is a game that I've always wanted. And I said, and I quote, I did say this game was my game of the year, even if I do love Resident Evil 4 Remake more, which we will get to in a minute. But this game is my game of the year because I've always wanted a game like this. And I'm ready for part 2, baby. Bring it on. Give me Quidditch this time. Come on. Come on, Portkey Games. Give me Quidditch. Next on the list, and then we have one more, and I've already kind of mentioned it, but we'll go through that one as well. This one is Wanted Dead Steelbook. I did an unboxing of this game. I will post at the top of this video. Go check it out. This is the Steelbook version. If you hadn't seen it, this is the front. It's got bullet holes in it, and then there's the back. I don't know what it says in Chinese. I guess this game's based in Hong Kong, so yeah, I don't know what all that says. I played it for about 3 or 4 hours. It's very Yakuza-like if you ever played any of those games. It's a decent experience, but I felt like the gameplay was a little monotonous, and I put it down. Will I pick it back up? Maybe, but I seen the Steelbook was super cheap online. I got it. I played the game. I might play it some more at some point, but if nothing else, I got a good collector's item. So that's all I really got to say about that. And last but not least, let's talk about Resident Evil 4 Remake. This is a sealed copy. Probably will stay that way. I bought this digital as well. I game share with someone, so I wanted them to have the digital copy, and I want it for myself. You know, digital is, I hate to say this. Like, if you guys know me at all, I am a physical copy dork. I love physical copies, but I will say digital is easier. But I bought 2 copies of this. I'm going to keep this one sealed as long as I can anyway. Fantastic remake. If you played any of the other remakes, you'll love this one. Very lengthy. One of the longest Resident Evil games really in the series. I'm on my at the start of my 4th playthrough now, enjoying it. I just kind of put it down because I was playing so much Resident Evil. I need to take a break. But yeah, very good game. I made a review on it. Again, I'll probably put it at the top of this video here. So definitely give that a look at when you get a chance. I know you've heard me talk for a while, so you probably don't want to see my review. But yeah, dude, it's a damn good game, great experience, and yeah, I think it's one of those games that deserves to be played by many. So anyway, that's all I got for you. That's my entire PS5 collection on physical. I know it's a longer video. I haven't really done too many of these videos. If you're still here, thank you. I do appreciate you checking out this video. I'll probably cut up segments of it and post it on our TikTok page and Instagram. But what does your PS5 collection look like? And do we have some of the same games? What are your thoughts on some of the ones that we talked about here? I hope, by the way, I didn't get stuck here because my laptop went off. But let me know what your thoughts on the games here and what's your collection look like. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next one. Stay dead, my friends.